Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rent One Park. It is Championship Tuesday here for the 2021 Colt World Series. I'm Dave McKenzie, and have we got a good matchup for you tonight here in this championship game. Game number 14 overall of the tournament. 14 games over 5 days, and tonight it's going to feature Brownsville, Texas as the visiting team against the host city team, Marion, Illinois. And this is just going to shaping up to be a fantastic game here at Rent One Park. We're glad to have you. We appreciate everybody that's watched and listened to the games over the course of the last 5 days and ready to bring you this championship game. The winner of this game will be crowned the 2021 Colt World Series champion. Marion is going to be the home team. They are dressed in their blue jerseys with the red sleeves and the white trousers, and Brownsville, Texas in the white pants, the light blue jerseys here at Rent One Park. Decent crowd filing in here for this series finale, this tournament finale. These two teams have met before, and it was 8-2, Marion getting the win over Brownsville. And that was back on Friday night in the round robin portion of the tournament. It's championship night tonight. All the marbles are on the line right here this evening. Brownsville, the visiting team. It'll be Angelo Solis III, Luis Cortez, and Nathan Alvear to lead things off. And the first pitch at 6:05 p.m. Central Time. So just a couple hours away, we'll know who this Colt World Series champion is. Charlie Hunter gets the start on the mound for Nathan Biddle and Team Marion, the left-hander. Deals his second pitch, and that's a called strike, and the count quickly 0-2. Behind Charlie Hunter defensively, Trey Ringberg in left. Anthony Bonara in center, Trey Cole in right field. On the infield, Aiden Dodson at third, Peyton Biddle at short, Cruz Harlan at second, and Owen Cornett at first. Ground ball to third, Dodson with his first defensive play, and he sails the throw into the dugout on the first base side, so it'll be an error to start the game off, and Angelo Solis will be the first base runner. It's going to be Luis Cortez that comes to the plate. Number 2 will bat from the left-hand side of the batter's box here this evening. Luis Cortez from Brownsville, Texas, attends Homer Hanna High School. The junior, 16 years old, grounds this one toward the right side, fielded by Cruz Harlan, and a little flip to first for the first out, and on the hit, Angelo Solis goes to third base. One down here in the top of the first inning. And now the starting pitcher for Brownsville, hitting in the number 3 slot, will be Nathan Alvear. Nathan, a junior as well, 16-year-old. Hits from the right side, and he's got a runner in scoring position at third base. Pitch called strike from Charlie Hunter. Brownsville had to win 2 games yesterday to get into this championship game. They beat Aroma Park, the North Zone champion, in the first game. A grounder toward third. Here's Dodson. The play, they got the runner held up between home and third. Back and forth, they gun him down, and the runner, Nathan Alvear, takes second, while a little game of pickle takes place between second and third. Be fielder's choice for Alvear, and the play goes 5-2, 5-2 on the putout for out number 2, and now the cleanup hitter, Salvador Hernandez the third, comes to the plate. Salva, as we like to call him, wears number 61, hits from the right side, 2 down, 1 on here in the top of the first inning. The runner takes off, and the pitch is fouled off. And so Nathan Alvear will return to second base. This Brownsville team, they like to run. They put pressure on the defense on the bases. They'll take every opportunity to advance. They've done that throughout the entire tournament. And no reason to believe they won't do that here in this championship game. Charlie Hunter looks in, gets his sign, works from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch is on the way. Up high, evens the count 1-1. This Brownsville team lost to Covina, California in the very first game, 14-4, a 10-run game. They turned around and were beat by Marion 8-2 on Friday night. And a walk is issued to Salva Hernandez. It's going to bring up Max Moreno Jr. Brownsville turned it around in a fantastic game on Saturday. It was an 11-10 win over Greensboro, North Carolina. And then they beat Aroma Park by the 10-run rule, 10-0. Then yesterday, as we mentioned, they beat Aroma Park again, 19-4. They beat Greensboro, North Carolina, 4-3. And that win put them in the championship game. 2 runners on with 2 down, the 0-1 pitch from Charlie Hunter. Hunter looks back at the runner at second. Off he goes. Here's the pitch. The throw to third is offline, and the runners are able to move up. And both now are in scoring position. Maximo Moreno Jr. is the catcher for Brownsville tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popped up on the right side. Trey Cole glides over toward the foul line in right, makes the catch right up against the wall for the 3rd and final out. No runs scored by Brownsville on the top of the 1st. The home team, Marion, coming to bat next. This is the 2021 Colt World Series. Back at Rent One Park, I'm Dave McKenzie, heading to the bottom of the 1st inning. Marion getting ready to come to bat. An announcement that we were handed earlier in one of the games earlier this weekend. One of the Greensboro, North Carolina players was injured chasing down a flying ball in right field. And if you know the park here at Rent One Park, the wall is very close to the foul line. And it was James Marley Jr. that had come on as a substitution. And the ball, there was a pop fly down that line, and he made the catch and hit that wall at full speed. And we received a message and a statement from the Marley family saying that they would like to say thank you to everyone here at Rent One Park and to all the Colt World Series teams and participants for their thoughts and prayers for their son, James. He was injured while playing right field and was taken to a local hospital, and he's going to be receiving further treatment in North Carolina, but could use your continued prayers for his recovery. And our thoughts are with the Marley family and specifically with James Marley Jr. From everyone here at the Rent One Park, everyone associated with the Southern Illinois Miners and Rent One Park. Bottom of the first inning for Marion. It's going to be Cruz Harlan, the second baseman, to lead things off. And quickly, 2 balls and no strikes. Cruz Harlan, Peyton Biddle, Aiden Dodson, the first 3 to bat. If anybody gets on, Owen Cornett in the cleanup slot for Coach Nathan Biddle. The 2-0 pitch is low, 3-0. Brownsville starting pitcher, Nathan Alvear, the right-hander, wears #8 on his back. Defensively behind him, Luis Cortez in left, Daniel Guerra in center, and Joshua Alvear in right. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Roel Hernandez at third. Angelo Salis III is at short. Jacob Salas is at second. And Salvador Hernandez III playing first base. Max Moreno Jr. is the catcher. Strike 2. Nice comeback here. The first batter from Nathan Alvear as he started off 3-0, but count now full to the leadoff hitter Cruz Harlan for Marion. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped up, out of play to the left. We're going to keep the count 3-2. It is an absolutely beautiful night here in Southern Illinois. Low humidity, partly cloudy skies. Could not ask for any better weather for August 3rd here in Southern Illinois. 82 degrees at first pitch. The pitch from Alvear. Fouled out of play once again from Harlan Cruz. Have seen some fantastic plays here in this entire tournament. As we go through the games today, we'll kind of run back and recap the scores from the games from the very beginning. 3-2, ground ball towards short, Angelo Salis. The throw across in time to get Cruz Harlan. 1 down, it's going to bring up Peyton Biddle for Team Marion. Peyton from Carterville, Illinois. The junior comes to bat here with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the first inning. Defense straight away for Peyton Biddle. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Peyton wears number 4. And I have the pleasure of watching Peyton when he competes in high school football, high school basketball, and baseball. And from an athletic family, his brothers, all 3 sport athletes. His dad is the manager of this Marion team, Nathan Biddle. So a sporting family. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Off the plate, takes a look at it. 3-0. Not much breeze here this evening. See the flags moving in center just a little bit. Strike on the outside corner, 79-mile-an-hour pitch from Nathan Alvear. With 1 out, the 3-1 pitch. Popped back, out of play. Right above us here at Rent One Park. This is the home for the Southern Illinois Miners. Rent One Park in Marion. It's located on the part of town called The Hill. All AstroTurf field. 320 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center field. 375 in the right field alley. as that ball is pulled foul down the left side. And 392 to the alley in left. A ballpark that features the Diamond Club, which is the large suite area, seats all around, upper and lower levels. Got him swinging. As he checked his swing, they say he went around. And that's a strikeout of Peyton Biddle. 2 down, and now Aiden Dodson will come to the plate.
Number 11, Aiden Dodson.
Ballpark also features a miniature golf course out in right field here at Rentland Park. Party deck down the right field line. 2 down, and a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. The Southern Illinois Miners and MLB Partner League, part of the Frontier League. No balls and 1 strike, 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning here at the championship game of the Colt World Series. Curveball misses up. The count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield plays back, there's 2 down. Outfield playing deep for the number 3 hitter, Aiden Dodson. This pitch is lined towards center. Coming in, it's going to fall for a base hit for Dodson. The first hit for Marion. With 2 down in the first inning, and now cleanup hitter Owen Cornett, the first baseman for Marion, will dig in. He steps into the left side of the box. Owen Cornett from DuQuoin plays for the DuQuoin Indians. There's 2 down with 1 on. Cornett up on top of that plate. The first pitch taken high for ball 1. Owen, a junior, 16 years old. They throw across to check the runner at first in Dodson, and he's able to get back easily. Pitch is pulled foul down the first base line. Hopefully coming up here in just a couple innings, we're going to have a chance to chat with tournament director, Mr. Steve Miller. He's been a busy man for 5 days, actually longer than that, putting this tournament together. Of course, typically there are international teams that come into Marion for this Colt World Series, but of course with COVID in the world today, those international teams were unable to travel. And as much as a week ago, we thought maybe Puerto Rico might be here. And catcher's indifference is Aiden Dodson takes second base. Hopefully next year, we'll have international teams back at the Colt World Series. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down. Speak of the devil, I just said something about you. Owen Cornett, the first baseman, with his 1-2 count, 2 down. Runner at second in Dodson. Popped up. High pop fly towards center. Shading his eyes, Daniel Guara makes the catch for the 3rd out here in the first inning. So no score after 1. We're heading to the 2nd. 2021 Colt World Series. Back at Brentwood Park, heading to the second inning as Brownsville is coming to the plate, and tournament director and the busiest man in Colt World Series and Pony Baseball, Mr. Steve Miller. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Championship night, buddy.
Oh, it's
Made
great. It's great. It should be a great ball game. Two teams here that are really talented with a lot of good players.
They've been some really good games here over the course of the last 5 days, but it wasn't easy putting this tournament together.
No, when Puerto Rico dropped on us in about 7 days, 8 days before the tournament, we had to re-bracket everything. It was a challenge, believe me, but the kids have got to play a lot of baseball. Everybody has played 5 ball games minimum.
And, I mean, there was a real possibility that Puerto Rico was going to show up, and plans were in place for them to come in.
They had airline tickets arranged and ready to come, and due to some issues that were unforeseen, they just wasn't able to make it. So it made it nice for us. It gave us an opportunity to bracket it where the home team got to play at 8 o'clock each night. So it's been great. It's helped the crowds late last game. So good time. Both these teams are excited to be here.
Yeah, and been some really good ball games, but you had the north zone, the south zone, east and west zones, and then, of course, the home team. Ground ball towards second. Cruz Harlan gets it over to first for the first out here in the second inning. And it's going to bring up Royal Gonzalez. But you've had some really good games. And the fact that, you know, the way things are looking right now, just in the nick of time, and teams being able to travel, and they traveled well.
They did, and we were really concerned. We stayed in contact trying to follow Bi-County's guidelines and the state's guidelines. We feel very fortunate, Dave, to get it in and get people here and hopefully get them home without any problems.
What's the outlook for this tournament? This is actually the third year of the tournament. It was a 4-year contract. Of course, we didn't get to play last year. So do we know anything about what is the future of the Colt World Series?
Well, we're pretty excited. We basically give the city and Mike, the Pinto, Brentwood Park, the nod that, you know, if they request it, they can get a 2-year or 3-year extension pretty easy, I believe, Dave. So they have 30 days to make a decision. It's been tough with half the teams. That cuts down on revenue, cuts down on the gate. But, you know, we're in hopes it'll stay right here. I didn't bring it here to be here for a couple of years. It was in Lafayette, Indiana for 49 years. And I'm hoping it's here a long time after I'm gone, Dave.
And it's a perfect facility for this.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The kids are so excited to get on this field, the Jumbotron. They see their name up on that board, their picture. It's unbelievable. The staff here does a great job. I travel all around the world with baseball, or have, and there's not a finer facility, there's not a finer group of people to work with than there is right here at Brentwood.
Let's give them a shout-out. John Weaver, Kathy Perry, the general manager of the Southern Illinois Miners, Mike Pino, and everybody here. There's so many, I can't even name them all, but they all do such a good job of putting a baseball game on, and it's fun to be able to watch players from around the country and in a normal year from around the world. I miss the international players.
The international players bring a lot to this tournament. A lot of people in Southern Illinois like to come and see those. The Puerto Ricos, the Czech team, the Taiwan team. I mean, that draws people to the stadium.
Roel Gonzalez picks up the walk with 1 down, and that's going to bring up Joshua Alvear. But it's been a good tournament, and let me tell you what, could you have asked or purchased better weather than what we've had the last 5 days?
Dave, I called all 4 teams that were coming last week and told them, I said, hey, folks, I apologize, but it's been up in the 100 degrees, 105 heat index, so please be prepared for the heat. And the good Lord took care of us, Dave. In the evenings, you can almost wear a little sweater out here at night, but It's been a great week and great weather. Thank the good Lord.
The good Lord is a fan of Colt World Series, apparently. And he's got the best seat.
That's right.
True,
that's right. That's right.
But, Steve, I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do and all the volunteers. It takes a village to do all this, and you've got a good one surrounding you.
I thank you, Dave. And like I said, we wish everybody the best, and you're only as good as the people you have around you, and you're right. I'm fortunate I've got a lot of good people working for me. Thank you for everything you've done all 3 years that we've been here, Dave. We couldn't do it without people like you, and like I said, wish you the best of luck, and I hope we have a great game tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Steve Miller, the tournament director, joining us. A ground ball toward short. They flipped to second for 1, on to first, double play. And a great play defensively by Team Marion to end this top of the second inning. Marion's coming to the plate next here, the 2021 Colt World Series. Jacob Cohen to lead things off, Trey Cole, and then Eli Dyer. Nathan Alvear continues to pitch for Brownsville, Texas. Ground ball toward short, deep in the hole, long throw. Nice play from Solis to get to it, but he couldn't get the throw over in time. And the leadoff hitter in Jacob Cole, that's Jacob with a K, for Team Marion. It's going to bring up Trey Cole. Now, excuse me, I said Jacob Cohen, not Jacob Cole. This is Trey Cole that's coming to the plate for Marion now. Nobody on. This is the bottom of the second inning. Marion has one hit, but no score. Nathan Alvear, the pitcher for Brownsville. Line toward left, it's going to drop, base hit. Back-to-back hits now for Marion. And something brewing here early for Marion. It's going to be Eli Dyer, the designated hitter. Eli is from Carbondale, attends Carbondale High School. It's from the left side. 2 on, nobody out. Eli, a junior at Carbondale, 16-year-old. A fan of Tommy Edman of the St. Louis Cardinals. Me too. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runners on. Outside corner strike from Nathan Alvear. Yesterday was the semifinal games. Finishing in 5th place in this Colt World Series was Aroma Park. Line toward left. Luis Cortez over to make the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. It's going to bring up Anthony Bunara, the center fielder for Marion. Aroma Park from right near Kankakee, Illinois, was the North Zone champion to get to the tournament. They finished in 5th place. Greensboro, North Carolina, finished in 4th. Covina, California, finished in 3rd. And of course, the winner of this game will be the champion, and the loser will pick up the 2nd place medal. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on. There's 1 out, 2 on. Alvear looks back towards second, now comes to the plate. Misses. The count 2-0. Bunara bats from the left side. Looks at 1 away. Anthony from Patoka High School, Patoka, Illinois. Three balls, no strikes. The pitch from Nathan Alvear. Down the middle, strike 1, 3-1. All hands will be on deck pitching-wise here this evening. And each team has several they can go to. It's one thing about all of these players, they're all utility players. They can play anywhere on the field. They can catch. There's a liner base hit into right field, and Nathan Biddle is going to hold up the runner at third in Jacob Cohen. And now Marion has bases loaded for Trey Rainberg. Trey, the left fielder here for Team Marion, and with 1 out, a great opportunity for Marion to put some runs on the board. His manager, Alvear, from Brownsville, comes out to talk to Nathan Alvear. I bet they're related. It's probably his son. This Brownsville, Texas team, the fans have been fantastic. They traveled well. And as you look around the ballpark here, the seating areas, especially behind home plate, down the left field line, the seats down the left side, they all have matching T-shirts. And probably the most vocal of all the teams here at this year's Colt World Series. Conversation is over. Time to go to work. It's Nathan Alvear, who looks in at his catcher, Max Moreno Jr. And Trey Rainberg is standing in the batter's box from the left side. Bases loaded with 1 out. The pitch from Alvear. Strike 1. 77 mile-an-hour pitch from the right-hander. Marion would like to take advantage of the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Misses high. Evens count 1-1. Outfield straight away. In at the corners. They're going to try to get the force at home. Up the middle, they're at double play depth. Angelo Solis the third and Jacob Salas at second. So if it's hit to the corners, they're coming home. If it's up the middle, they're going to turn 2. Misses outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. I want to say thanks to Steve Miller for joining us. This was his 50th year with Pony Baseball. just loves baseball and kids and being able to combine the two. Swing and a miss for Rainberg. The count's now full, 3-2. Offensively, you'll see the runners take off on the pitch. Here they go. Fouled straight back. And Rainberg stays alive. Trey from Nashville, Illinois. Right up off of I-64. Nashville Hornet called strike, struck him out looking. And that's a big out. 2 down, and it's the top of the order. Cruz Harlan coming to the plate.
Now batting for Team Marion, second baseman, number 33, Cruz Harlan.
Cruz grounded out to short his first time up. But the leadoff hitter with a good stick and an RBI opportunity here with the bases loaded. Nathan Alvear looks in. Wind up the pitch. Up high, about eye level for ball 1. Alvear's pitch, swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Sun setting to the west could be a factor here for the outfielders. You can see them shading their eyes as they look in toward home plate, especially center field Daniel Guara, and right fielder misses outside. 2-1 now. You can see the shadows creeping along here on the infield. It's covered up third base, short, making its way towards second and first. Here's the 2-1. Up high, 3-1. With 2 down, bases loaded, Marion doesn't want to waste this opportunity. Cruz Harlan at the plate. The 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, ball 4, and the first run has scored via the walk. And now Peyton Biddle. The shortstop for Marion will come to the plate. Peyton struck out his first time up. Check swing, strikeout. And now Nathan Alvear with 2 down. That pitch is high, ball 1. Outfield is back now. This ball's lifted in the air toward right. Joshua Alvear there makes the catch and ends the threat for Brownsville, Texas. Marion had the bases loaded with 1 out. And they pick up 1 run on the bases loaded walk. Marion leads at 1-0. We're heading to the top of the 3rd here at the 2021 Colt World Series. Top of the third inning for Brownsville, Texas. They trail this game 1-0. Marion scored 1 in the bottom of the second. It is going to be the number 9 hitter, Daniel Guara, and then top of the order, Angelo Solis III, and then Luis Cortez. Brownsville looking to pick up their first hit of the game. Marion has 1 run on 4 hits and had the bases loaded in at bottom of the second inning and came away with 1 run. Charlie Hunter continues to throw for Marion defensively. Behind Hunter, it's Rainbergen left, Guinara in center, Colt in right. Dodson at third, Biddle at short, Harlan at second, Cornett at first. The pitch lined off the glove of Aiden Dodson into left field. That'll be ruled a hit. And there is the first hit for Brownsville, Texas. Comes here with nobody out in the third inning.
Now batting for Brownsville, Texas. Shortstop,
Now top of the order,
11,
Angelo Solis the third, who hits from the right side. He reached on an error to lead the game off, and was later thrown out at the plate. Ground ball towards second, flip to second for 1. And that's all they can get. They get the lead runner as the throw from Harlan to Peyton Biddle was low. And Biddle did a nice job just to make the catch.
Brownsville, Texas. Left fielder, number 2, Luis Cortez.
Luis Cortez now for Brownsville with 1 out. And the runner at first. Charlie Hunter, the left-hander. Another grounder, right side. Cruz Harlan gets it. He has to go to first. And he gets the out at first with 2 down. Nathan Alvear coming to the plate.
Now batting for Brownsville, Texas. Pitcher, number 88, Nathan Alvear.
Alvear bats from the right side. Pops this up towards center. Anthony Buenara there and makes the catch for the third out. Marion comes to bat with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. This is the 2021 Colt World Series live from Rent One Park.
Tell us how this works.
Well, it's real simple, Trey. All you have to do is take the chicken that we just handed out and try and shove it into this bucket. If you chuck it in the bucket, you win a prize. So we got chickens all over the first base section. So we're going to say 2, 3 words. On the count of 3, chuck that chicken. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, chuck that chicken.
Top of the fourth inning here at the championship game of the Colt World Series. Brownsville comes to the plate. Excuse me, Marion comes to the plate. In the bottom of the third inning. Kind of ahead of myself there. Aiden Dodson at the plate. Ball's lifted toward right, battling the sun, and what a nice job by Josh Alvear as he was fighting that sun, looking straight up, and that's the first out. Owen Cornett.
First baseman, number 6, Owen Cornett.
Owen Cornett popped out to right. His first time up. One ball, 2 strikes to Cornett as he bats here with one down and nobody on. Bottom of the third inning. Nathan Alvear looks in, the pitch off the plate, 2-2. Cornett wears number 6, playing first base here in this contest, and lines this ground ball, sneaks its way into left field for a single for Cornett. Just under the glove of Roel Hernandez. And that'll be a base hit for Cornett, and now Jacob Cohen comes to the plate. Jacob singled and scored the only run of the game. That was back in the second inning. Jacob Cohen from Ava, Illinois. Attends Trico High School. Pops this one out of play, straight back. Trey Cole, the batter, on deck. No balls, 1 strike. Cohen steps out. And Max Moreno Jr. wants to talk to his pitcher. Maybe it's the other way around. Nathan Alvear wanted to talk to his catcher. It might be a sign issue. They just wanted to make sure they were on the same page. Maximo Moreno Jr. The runner at first is Owen Cornett. Alvear's pitch. 78 mile an hour fastball from the right-hander. Outfield straight away. Holding the runner at first is Salva Hernandez. This ball's hit in the air toward left. Drifting back to his left, Luis Cortez goes a long way. The runner Owen is tagging from first, slides in, and he came up just a little bit short and reached out. But he was safe as he tagged up. That ball was hit just about 4 or 5 steps from the warning track and left.
Batting for Team Marion, right fielder number 2, Trey Colt.
Tagging up was Owen Cornett, and he didn't slide on that artificial turf like he thought he was going to. But successful either way, as it is Trey Cole that's at the plate. Trey singled his first time up. An RBI opportunity here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Marion has scored 1 run on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error. Brownsville has just 1 hit, no runs, and no errors. Nathan Alvear. Ground ball toward third. Glove there by Hernandez. Throws across. And Trey Cole is gunned down at first. So 3 outs, and now we head to the top of the 4th inning. Brownsville, Texas is coming to the plate. They trail it 1-0 here at the Colt World Series.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Brownsville, Texas, first baseman number 61, Salvador Hernandez III.
Check swing, ball a little bit low. They're going to appeal, and they say no, he did not go around. That's a liner towards second, and Cruz Harlan is right there to gobble it up for the first out here in the 4th inning.
Now batting for Brownsville, Texas,
Maximo Moreno Jr.
Moreno Jr.
is coming to the plate. Charlie Hunter working his 4th inning of the contest. Misses outside. It misses inside now. 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball right back up the middle. Hunter got a glove on it. slowed it down a little bit for Peyton Biddle, who was there. And it'll be 1-6-3 on that put out.
Now batting for Brownsville, Texas.
And out number 2.
Number 22.
And now Jacob Salas comes to the plate. Two down. Salas grounded out to second. That was back in the second inning. He led off the second. Game is flying right along. We're less than an hour old, and we're already in the top of the fourth. Fly ball toward right center field, and Cruz Harlan cruised his way out into shallow right to make the over-the-shoulder grab for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, and we are going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Marion's coming to bat here at the 2021 Colt World Series.
In a year where everything has changed, career education programs at John A. Logan College have remained hands-on and face-to-face. With state-of-the-art facilities, students are getting the one-on-one attention they need to succeed in a safe, distanced environment. In job fields that are not only in demand now, but also in the future. Where should you go to school? Go to JALC. Why would you go anywhere else?
Nathan Alvear getting set to work his fourth inning of work. Starting his fourth inning. Nathan has thrown 59 pitches, 35 of those for strikes. For Marion, it's going to be Eli Dyer, Anthony Benara, and then the number 9 hitter, Trey Rainberg. If anybody gets on, head to the top of the order, where Cruz Harlan will come to the plate. No runs on 1 hit, no errors for Brownsville. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error by Marion. Outfield is giving left center field, and chopper toward first is fielded by Salvador Hernandez III. They're going to say it was a foul ball, and it was foul. I kind of paused there. So a break for Eli Dyer. He'll come back to the plate looking at an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Breeze picking up just a little bit here at Rent 1. Blowing out of the north. We'll see temperatures tonight get down to about 60 for the overnight low. Alvear looks in, gets the sign from Moreno. The pitch. Low, 2-2. Eli Dyer popped out to left. His first time up, that was back in the second inning. Bats here to lead things off in the fourth. 1-0, Marion on top. Knew this would be a good, close game. These two teams played each other back on Friday night, and Marion came away with an 8-2 win. I gave you the scores of the Brownsville games earlier throughout the tournament. Marion beat this Brownsville team in their first game Friday night 8-2. Marion beat Covina, California 11-1 in their second game. Ground ball toward second. Oh, it's bobbled there by Jacob Salas, and he can't recover. And so Eli Dyer reaches on an error to start things off here in the fourth inning. Marion was beat by Greensboro, North Carolina 10-7. That was on Sunday in the first game they played, and then they came back and beat Aroma Park 13-1 in their second game on Sunday. And then yesterday, Marion beat Covina, California 9-2 to advance to this championship game. Pulled foul down the first base line. A rocket off the bat of Anthony Bunara. Nathan Alvier looks in. Throws to first, and just getting back underneath the tag was Eli Dyer. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Line toward right center field, going over to make a play on it. Goes all the way to the wall. It was Joshua Alvier, couldn't catch up to it. It goes all the way to the wall. They're going to score. The runner at play at the home as Dyer comes around all the way from first base. And that's going to be ruled a triple for Anthony Bunara, as he just laced that one into right field gap and rolls all the way to the wall. Got to give credit to Alvier and Daniel Guara, who got over to it quickly, and that very easily could have been an inside the park home run. But Marion now leads it 2-0 here in the fourth inning. Pitch from Alvier, strike one. Again, outfield shaded, a little bit toward right, with the batter hitting from the left side. And Trey Rainberg. Trey struck out looking his first time up. Bats here with a runner at third. And Anthony Bunara. On deck, top of the order, Cruz Harlan. Swing and a miss from Rainberg. Trey wears lucky number 13 on his back. And the Nashville, Illinois native looks at 1-2, fouls it up the first base line. Infield completely covered by shadows now here at Rent One Park. Sun's still shining in the outfield. Liner towards center, over the outstretched glove of Solis, base hit. And that's going to score Bunara from third. 3-0 Marion. They've scored 2 here in the fourth inning. Rainberg just kind of threw the bat out at that pitch and lined it over the outstretched glove of Angelo Solis at third, and now it's Cruz Harlan that comes to the plate. Cruz has grounded out and walked. Pitch is low for ball one. Cruz Harlan from Centralia. That would make him an orphan. That's the mascot name in Centralia, the Centralia Orphans. Misses outside and away. Count now 2-0. Cruz, 15-year-old sophomore, takes one inside, and just a dandy ball player. Has had a really good tournament for this Marion squad. The squad, I talked with manager Nathan Biddle and said he only had about 3 weeks notice that he was going to be coaching the team in this tournament. Put the team together. They had about 4 practices, and here they are in this championship game. It's an all-star team from around the entire region, and Cruz Harlan coaxes a walk here. So that's going to be 2 on, and there's still nobody out. And Nathan Alvear, he may have thrown his last pitch.
World
As
Series fans, please see us on the lower deck near the front gate for Colt World Series thermal mugs, baseballs, and pony pins. This is the last call for all of those things. Also, pony t-shirts are now $10.
looks like we're going to have a
Down, last call. Go to the lower deck near the front
pitching
gate
change.
to receive those items.
And it may be Daniel Guara coming in to pitch now for Brownsville, Texas. It is, as he takes the ball from Coach Alvear. So there'll be some defensive alignment changes here. And we'll try to get caught up on those with you here in just a moment. 3-0. Marion leads Brownsville.
Now pitching for Brownsville, Texas, number 5, Daniel Guerra. Now playing left field, number 10, Roel Gonzalez. Now batting for Team Marion, shortstop, number 4, Peyton Biddle.
So Daniel Guara, the new pitcher, he moves from center field to the pitcher's mound. Right-hander facing Peyton Biddle. Nobody out and 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Marion's already scored 2 runs. Eli Dyer and Anthony Benara have scored. Daniel Guara works from the first base side of the rubber. From the stretch, the pitch. Caught that outside corner. 69-mile-an-hour pitch from number 5 on the mound. Three runs on 7 hits for Marion. Line towards center, coming in. Making a beautiful catch, a diving stop. Out in center field.
Now batting for Team Marion, third baseman,
That was
number 11,
Luis Cortez. That came in, he moved over from left field to center on that pitching change. But a beautiful catch by Luis Cortez for out number 2. And that's the first out of the inning. Popped up on the right side. Joshua Alvear gives way to Luis Cortez, who comes over to right center. So back-to-back putouts for Cortez. And 2 down.
Now batting for Team Marion, first baseman, number 6, Owen Cornett.
Owen Cornett, who singled back in the 3rd inning. He'll dig in on the left side. Owen from DuQuoin. Owen 2. Runners at the corners, and now runners at 2nd and 3rd is Cruz Harlan takes 2nd on the catcher indifference. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, misses. It is 1-1. Runners in scoring position. Missing away, 2-1 now. Defensive alignment in the outfield. They are giving the left field line and left center. As Luis Cortez is kind of pulled over toward right, shading toward right. So a big gap in left center field. The 2-1 pitch is fouled out of play. 2-2. Number 6, Owen Cornett. On deck is Jacob Cohen. And Guerra steps off. Wipes the moisture from his hand, wants to talk to his catcher. Covers the face with the glove. Says what needs to be said. And now returns to the mound. We're set. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Timeout is called as we have a ball on the field down the left field line. Now we're ready to go again. Guerra looks in. Nods his head. Yes, here's the pitch. That ball's driven into the gap in right center field. It's going to get down. It's going to bring home both runs. And Owen Cornett with a stand-up double, a 2-run RBI double. And this game now is 5-0 Marion. Solid contact from Cornett. And that's going to bring up the 8th batter of the inning. And that's Jacob Cohen. Hits from the right side. He singled and scored the first run of the game for Marion. That was back in the 2nd inning. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Runner at 2nd. Swing and a miss, big swing. From the catcher for Marion. Jakob, last name is Cohen, Koehn. Cohen bats from the right side. Daniel Guerra from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. That ball's hit hard toward left. And the left fielder turned around, but he made the catch for the third and final out here in the fourth inning. But Marion hangs 4 on the scoreboard here in the fourth inning, and they lead it 5-0 as we head to the top of the fifth. Stay with us. We'll be back. This is the Colt World Series live from Rent One Park.
As we celebrate Farmers Appreciation Night.
Top of the fifth inning. Brownsville, Texas coming to the plate. It's going to be Roel Gonzalez to lead things off, and he looks at strike one from Charlie Hunter, who is pitching his fifth inning of work. That's a ground ball toward third. Dodson throws across and sails that ball over the head of first baseman Owen Cornett. That's twice now he's done that. That was how the game started. So another error on Aiden Dodson. And now Joshua Alvear, the right fielder, will come to the plate as his cheering squad gives him a round of applause. There are two Alvear brothers and the coach Alvear of this team. Ground ball toward third. Dodson throws it to second easily. On to first, double play. 5, 4, 3 double play.
Now batting for Brownsville, Texas. New pitcher
Now it's-
number 5, Daniel Guerra.
Now it's going to be Daniel Guerra that comes to the plate. Daniel singled. That was back in the third. Brownsville still looking for their first run, and the pitch is fouled off at the plate. Charlie Hunter coming into this inning had thrown 38 pitches, 25 for strikes. Here's the 0-1 pitch, strike 2. 66 mile an hour from the lefty. He's only allowed one hit in the contest. And Guerra is hit by a pitch, and that will give him first base.
Now batting for
Top of the order now, Angelo Solis III. He reached on an error, hit into a fielder's choice, and takes the first pitch for strike one. There's two down, the runner at first. Shade starting to completely cover up the ball field now. Center field is the only sun field that remains here on a gorgeous evening in southern Illinois. Approaching 7:30 Central Time. And we appreciate you watching this Colt World Series Championship game. No balls, one strike, 2 outs, runner at first. That pitch misses to even the count 1-1. The pitch outside, 2-1 now. Charlie Hunter's defense still the same. Rainberg in left, Bernard in center, Cole in right. Dodson at third, Biddle at short, Harlan at second. This ball's driven in the air towards center. Just making his way toward right center to make the catch, Anthony Benara for out number 3. Bottom of the 5th inning is coming up, and Marion wants to add to the 5-0 lead they have. This is a 2021 Colt World Series. Trey Cole to lead things off for Marion here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Marion has a 5-0 lead. Those 5 runs on 8 hits. The host school is committed, or host team rather, is committed 2 errors. Daniel Guerra is the pitcher. This ball's base hit, center field. For Trey Cole to lead things off here in the 5th inning. Hard hit liner, right back up the middle. And now Eli Dyer will come to the plate. Eli popped out to left, reached on an error and scored. That was in the 4th inning. Batting from the left side with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Looks at a pitch in the dirt. Dyer bats from the left side. This ball drops in for a base hit into right field, all the way to third base is Trey Colt. So the first two have reached here for Marion.
Now batting for Team Marion.
And now it's going to be center fielder Anthony Benara, who tripled his last time up. Drove in 2 runs with that triple. Now, manager Nathan Biddle wants to put in a pinch runner. And coming into the game for Marion to pinch run,
For Dyer, number 17, Owen Whitnell.
Owen Whitnell is the pinch runner. Five nothing lead for Marion, looking to extend it. Runners at the corners. Whitnell dives back into first after the throw across. Here is the first pitch home. Off goes Whitnell. They'll give him second base. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Whitnell at second. Trey Cole, the runner, at third. Anthony Benara at the plate. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Swing. Pop fly right side. Jacob Salas makes the catch for out number 1. And now the number 9 hitter for Marion, Trey Rainberg. Trey struck out. He singled and scored. And a good RBI opportunity here for Trey Rainberg. Curved ball in for a strike from Daniel Guerra. This ball's lifted at foul. Giving chase is Max Moreno. Couldn't make the catch, but a great effort. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Daniel Guerra looks in. Holding the glove high, looks right over the tip of the glove. Now the pitch. Down the middle, struck him out. Trey Rainberg has struck out twice here this evening. And that's the second out here in the 5th inning. Top of the order we go, Cruz Harlan. If Cruz can get on, then Peyton Biddle will come to the plate with 2 runners. Here at second and third. Harlan is grounded out, walked twice, actually. So he's 0 for 1 from the plate, and big swing and a big miss. And a curveball from Daniel Guerra. Guerra's pitch stays high and outside. Evens count 1-1. Outfield straight away. Infield playing back with 2 down. Guerra's pitch behind Cruz Harlan, and he stepped up and kind of arched the back to keep from getting hit. Shakes his head as he steps out of the box. Now he's ready to go. Right up on the plate. 2-1 from Guerra. Called strike 2. Announcer's favorite here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Curveball. And Harlan fouls it out of play.
Fans, if you catch a foul ball tonight, return it up by the front gate at the SI table and exchange it for a Freddy's or Culver's ice cream coupon. Thank you for your cooperation.
Now Guerra comes set. The pitch. Fouled off again. Out of play. Cruz Harlan fighting off the pitch. Late in the game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 5-0 lead for Marion. The winner will be the 2021 Colt World Series champions. Fan gets a big round of applause as the foul ball came off the roof here at Rent One Park. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside, 3-2. Runnels will be moving. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nice job by Daniel Guerra. To close out the inning, he gets 2 strikeouts for out number 2 and out number 3. And now it's the 6th inning, and Brownsville, Texas has some work to do. They trail by 5 here at the 2021 Colt World Series.
My name's Matthew Jacobs, and I never knew what I wanted to do in high school. If you're hesitant on coming to John A. Logan, you need to jump in with both feet. There's so many opportunities here that you wouldn't even know about just reading it on a website or in a book. It worked for me, and it's worked for many others that I've met. Between job opportunities and experience, the things you gain here are no match to anything else out there.
Leading off for Brownsville, Texas, center fielder number 2, Luis Cortez.
Top of the 6th inning, Luis Cortez comes to the plate. And for Marion, an outstanding pitching performance so far from Charlie Hunter. And a base hit is going to go all the way to the wall in right field. Cortez rounds first, makes his way to second, heading to third. And that's going to be a triple to lead things off here in the 6th inning for Brownsville, Texas. Charlie Hunter hung a curveball up there, and Luis Cortez just spanked it to right. And now it's Nathan Alvear. There's a ground ball toward second. They'll just make the play toward first for out number 1. And Brownsville's just scored their first run of the game. Be a sacrifice for
Now batting for Brownsville.
Nathan Alvear.
Number 61, Salvador Hernandez, the third.
4-3 on the putout, and Salvador Hernandez, the third at the plate with nobody on. 1 down. Called strike. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Brownsville, Texas. Marion's line 5, 10, and 2. Charlie Hunter the pitch. Another ground ball toward second. Cruz Harlan to Owen Cornett. Out number 2. And now Max Moreno Jr. comes to the plate. Maximo steps in. Hits from the right side with 2 out. So Charlie Hunter, the pitcher for Marion. So we have a hawk being chased by a bird here at Rent One Park. They come down right over the top of the pitcher's mound. One ball, 1 strike. Here's that 1-1 pitch. Checked his swing, held up. 1-2. What little breeze there was just a couple of innings ago has died down here at Rent One Park. Ground ball toward third. Fair ball. Throw across from Dodson. Nice and easy. For the third out. Well, it's heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brownsville's just scored their first run of the game. Marion leads this game 5-1 here at the 2021 Colt World Series. Bottom of the 6th inning here at the Colt World Series Championship game this August 3rd, 2021. Dave McKenzie, Marion nursing a 5-1 lead, and it'll be the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Team Marion. Peyton Biddle, the shortstop, to lead things off. Aiden Dodson, and then Owen Cornett. If anybody gets on, Jacob Cohen. Daniel Guerra continues to throw for Brownsville. He came on in relief 2 innings ago. Guerra in the contest since coming in. He's thrown 30 pitches, 22 for strikes. He's faced 9 batters coming into this half inning. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch way behind Peyton Biddle. Curveball just would not curve back in. And Guerra asks for a new baseball and gets one. Steps off, rubs it up, and ready to go. Outfield straight away. Gonzalez, Cortez, Alvear in the outfield. Salas, Alvear, Solis the third, and Hernandez third to first, and Moreno still doing the catching. Two balls, 2 strikes. Curveball. 1 hopper to third. Angelo. Salas to first to get Peyton Biddle. 5-3 on the putout. Now Aiden Dodson. Aiden is singled. He's flown out to right. Popped out to center. Bats here with nobody on in this bottom of the 6th inning. Coming up, we'll have the awards, the second place medals, the first place medals awarded to the winner will be presented. The Easton Sports Awards that are presented every year. That's a fly ball toward center, tailing away from center fielder Luis Cortez, and it gets down. He cuts it off before it hits the warning track, and Aiden Dodson with a stand-up double. Outstanding job out in center field by Luis Cortez to cut that off before it hit the wall. Maybe would have jetted away from him. And now Owen Cornett, who had a stand-up double his last time up, doubled and scored. Started the scoring in the 4th, where Marion scored 4 runs. It's a 5-1 lead now for Marion in a runner in scoring position. Cornett bats from the left side. The 1-0 pitch off the plate, 2-0. Called strike. 70-mile-an-hour pitch from Daniel Guerra. Working from the stretch, looks back at second. Now the pitch, off goes the runner and misses for ball 3. Aiden Dodson now just 90 feet away. Here's the 3-1. Misses inside, and Owen Cornett walks. Jacob Cohen now will come to the plate.
Now batting catcher number 25, Jacob Cohen.
Daniel Guerra now has runners at the corners. There's one out. Double play depth up the middle. Playing back at third. Off goes Owen Cornett. He's at second now. Game approaching 2 hours old. We started at 6:05 Central Time. Making our way about 10 minutes away from a 2-hour game. Misses outside. Excuse me. Called strike on the outside corner. 72-mile-an-hour pitch from Guara. Jacob Cohen in the game. Singled. Popped out twice. Lines this towards center. That's going to get down. Base hit. One run is going to score. Owen Cornett is stopped at third, and Marion's going to maintain runners at the corners. RBI base hit for Jacob Cohen.
Now batting for Team Marion, right fielder number 2.
So now it's 6-1 Marion. Trey Cole singled, grounded out, and singled. Trey Cole from Benton, Illinois. We're going to have a pinch runner for Jacob Cohen. Jacob, the catcher, gives him a little extra time to go put the gear on. And we may have a pitching change from Brownsville, Texas, as Coach Alvear makes his way toward the pitching mound. 6-1 the score. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. For Brownsville, 6 runs, 12 hits pounded out by this Marion team here at the Colt World Series.
Pitch running for Team Marion at first base.
Angelo Solis III is the new pitcher for Brownsville, Texas, and he'll face Trey Colt here with a runner at first and a runner at third. 6-1 the score here in the bottom of this sixth inning. And I know Marion's thinking is you can never have too many runs in these kind of games. Base hit towards center. It's going to drop for a base hit. Another run scores 7-1 now on the RBI single from Trey Colt. One pitch from Angelo Solis Jr. They've scored 2 here in the sixth inning. Now it's going to be Owen Whitnell. Hitting for Eli Dyer. Actually, he came on to pinch run for Dyer back in the fifth inning. Runners first and second now with one out. Angelo Solis, the pitcher, just misses outside. Here is the 1-1 pitch from Solis. Called strike. One-two pitch, chip foul at the plate. Outfield straight away for Brownsville. Now everybody's ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bounces that one in the dirt. Nice stop from Max Moreno Jr. Kept that in front, kept those runners right where they are at. The pace of this game has just slowed down tremendously. Of course, it is the bottom of the sixth inning. In a 7-1 game, swing and a miss. Struck out. Owen Whitnell. So that's the second out, and it's going to bring up center fielder Anthony Bonara. Bonara in the contest has singled, tripled, and popped out to second. Looks at ball 1 outside. Solis looks back at the runner at second. Now the pitch. That's fouled out of play. Onto the roof here at Rent One Park. Here's the 1-1 from Solis. Hit on the ground toward first. And that's fielded right there, and step on the bag at first for out number 3. Well, it all comes down to this. It's top of the 7th. Marion leads the game 7-1. Brownsville needs 6 to tie here at the Colt World Series for 2021 at Rent One Park. Biddle, knowing he wanted to use him here in this championship game if possible. Here's the 2-0. Off the plate, 3-0 now. (7-1) the score. Miss. Oh, caught the outside corner. 3-1. This is the 14th game of the tournament since Friday at 2 o'clock when game number 1 kicked off here, the Colt World Series, and a walk to the leadoff man, Jacob Salas. So the infield will look for 2. It's going to be Roel Gonzalez that comes to the plate. Roel is walked, reached on an error, hits from the right side with the runner on. Nobody out. And Charlie Hunter misses outside. Strike one. 71-mile-an-hour pitch from Charlie Hunter. Oh, they got the runner picked off. Nice move as it goes 1, 3, 6 on the putout for out number 1. This Colt World Series started out back in 1953. Canton, Ohio was the original champion. When you look back, Marion, or Southern Illinois, the Southern Illinois team back in 2019 was the champs. Fly ball to right field. Trey Cole camps under. 2 down. 2018, it was Levittown, Puerto Rico. They beat this Marion team. 2017, the Netherlands. 2016, Tijuana, Mexico. Puerto Rico in 15. Los Gatos, California back in 2014. And Marion is 1 out away from stamping their name on that list of Colt World Series champions. That's fouled at the plate. Batting for Brownsville, Texas, Alec Guzman. The pitch, strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 7-1 game for Marion. Nobody on. Top of the 7th. Charlie Hunter, the pitch. A chopper toward third. Dodson charges, throws. That's the ball game. Marion has won the 2021 Colt World Series over Brownsville, Texas. 7-1, the final score. And congratulations, and what a game for Marion's Charlie Hunter. He goes the distance, allowing just 2 hits, and Marion is your 2021 Colt World Series champion after a 7-1 win over Brownsville, Texas. Brownsville finishes the tournament in 2nd place. Congratulations to them. An outstanding team, and they traveled so well. They have a great crowd here. But congratulations to Marion and head coach Nathan Biddle, his assistant coach Kyle Supernaw, And Marion is your 2021 Colt World Series champion. Post-game ceremonies will be coming up. Much for spending your time to watch these youngsters play baseball, and it has been an absolute pleasure to bring you all of the games over the course of the last 5 days, and hopefully we'll see you and get to talk with you next year. Have a great rest of your summer, and thank you for watching Pony Baseball, the Colt World Series, here on our YouTube channel. Thank you to our production staff, everyone associated, their fine, hard work. It's been a pleasure. Take care.
All righty, Colt World Series fans, if you would turn your attention just in front of home plate. Steve Miller, North Zone Vice President of Pony Baseball and Softball, will be presenting the Easton Sports ERA Championship Award and the Wilson Sporting Goods Batting Championship Award. First, Easton Sports is proud to award Alex Guzman of Brownsville, Texas, with the Pony Baseball and Softball ERA Championship Award. Alex had an ERA of a flat 0 for the Colt World Series tournament. Congratulations, Alex. Wilson Sporting Goods is proud to award Parker Price of Marion, Illinois, with the Pony Baseball and Softball Batting Championship Award. Parker had a batting average of .615 for the Colt World Series tournament. Congratulations, Parker Price. Today's medals will be presented by Pony Baseball and Softball International Board members Steve Miller, Stephanie Allen, Randy Crompton, and Matt Miller. Also representing the Southern Illinois Miners, Kathy Perry and Cole Landon. First for Brownsville, Texas, receiving their medals, number 8, Joshua Alvear. Number 88, Nathan Alvear. Number 2, Luis Cortez. Number 10, Roel Gonzalez. Number 3, Vicente Gonzalez Jr. Number 5, Daniel Guerra. Number 1, Alec Guzman. Number 61, Salvador Hernandez III. Number 99, Maximo Marino Jr. Number 22, Jacob Salas. Number 11, Angelo Solis III. Manager, Daniel Alvear. Assistant coach, Daniel Alvear Jr. Assistant coach, Hilario Salas. And assistant coach, Gabriel Salas. Ladies and gentlemen, if we could one more time, give one round of applause, finishing in second place, Brownsville, Texas. One more round of applause for Brownsville, Texas. It is now time for the 2021 Colt World Series champions, Team Marion, to receive their medals. Number 4, Peyton Biddle. Number 5, Anthony Brunara. Number 2, Trey Cole. Number 6, Owen Cornett. Number 14, Griffin Day. Number 11, Aiden Dotson. Number 3, Eli Dyer. Number 10,